go to Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. All right, Scott, walk me through the trade and then tell me your favorite thing to do at Dave & Buster's.
All right. So I do think they're going to report really solid numbers for the last quarter. But however, as you and Jeff were just talking about, if they don't provide guidance, I think the market is not going to look at that very favorably. If they do provide guidance, I personally think it's going to be iffy at best. That's why I think this stock is bearish going into the print, and I'm buying a put spread. I'm buying the September 17th.
Oh.
Yep, I'm buying the.
You have little faith.
32.30 put spread for about 50 cents. Again, I think they're going to report great numbers here based on the reopening of what we saw, over the last quarter. However, just like what United came out with this morning, I think there's going to be a lot of murkiness, if you will, in projecting what is going to happen moving forward.
But United's up.
United is up. Absolutely. And I think that was more the street just reacting to, all right, the news is out, almost a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. I don't see that with play here. And the technicals with play here, to me, also look to the downside. But again, if I'm wrong here, Oliver, as with every trade that I make, I am always capped out on my risk here. So if I'm wrong, I'm buying this put spread. All I can lose is 50 cents.
Okay.
So that's what I'm looking at here. Now, in terms of, what's my favorite thing to do there? Man, I'm playing games you weren't even born. I'm playing Space Invaders and Pac-Man and things like that.
All right, so you got to go to the real arcade. You got to go to Emporium here in Chicago.
There you go. That's a great place, by the way. But but in all seriousness, with play here again, solid fundamentals, and I do think longer term here, it is a really good proxy for a reopening play, no pun intended, that people may overlook, because that is the kind of business that especially millennials, younger people, are definitely going to start flocking to again. I just think that any sign of bad guidance or no guidance is a short-term negative.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I think that what we saw for GameStop too means that could be a possibility. I mean, totally different company, of course, and obviously very different stock, but still one that depends to some degree on a brick and mortar, presence and no guidance. So apparently this is a quarter where CEOs view that as being optional. Whether or not it's optional for the stock, I'm with you there. I think if they don't give it, this thing's going to get hammered.
Right. And I think that the odds are more likely that they either give poor guidance or don't give it at all, rather than saying, oh, yeah, we're still on track. We believe this reopening is solid. It's still going to continue the way it has been. So that's why I'm buying this very cheap put spread. Okay.
All right, cheap put spread, and I was looking at the options as you were talking, and that's the thing that stood out to me too, Scott, is that it's pretty cheap. I mean, 31.50 break even, you got to get a big move. So you're not just kind of like wavering here and saying, oh, slightly bearish. You're saying, I got a view on what they're going to do. I got a specific thought that they're not going to be able to give guidance here, and I'm looking for a big drop.
Absolutely, and as Jeff alluded to, the expected move, the market maker expected move is almost $3 here. If we get that to the downside, it puts this thing in play. Again, no pun intended. So I'm really using the math here of what the market is expecting, but just on a bearish trade.
All right. Usually people say no pun intended, it was intended. That one definitely was not. Ticker PLAY.
No, it was not.
All right. Thanks, Scott. I'd crush you in Pac-Man and the other ones too. So bring it on, Mr. Bauer.
That sounds like a throwdown we got to do.
All right. Thank you, Scott, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy.